Bros is delivering exactly what we expected of him as well.
Yeah, and then we have the Asian composition as well. Nothing too crazy. We only do see the Yoru coming through as well as the Waylay, so double duelist. It stays in the game.
Double duelist, double controller, as I'm saying, for mates, they have a lot of tools to go for that postman, but they're not scared to go even more aggressive. As I said, Glyph is having an amazing kickoff, and he's only getting better. This is one of the maps that I enjoy him the most, I would say. And Mini also, I've seen him playing with the operator here. I don't know, like this is a composition that we do not see a lot, but Gentlemates make it work and make you believe that this is the right way. At the end of the day, the smokes from Mini are going to be a nuance to go up against if you're BBL.
Yeah, you think about how long they take to fade eventually. It's going to be really frustrating for BBL side, but talking about their composition here, I really don't want to see Kevin getting overwhelmed starting on this defense. I think especially going up against this double dive composition from Gentlemates, the synergy that Martin and Whipple were able to show on that first map, if they can keep up that confidence like we said, and yeah, I think that Kreven's the one I'm looking at as being a key anchor for BBL here, and I want to see them bounce back with that confidence, because I had mentioned previously that you give them a little bit of confidence, they will run with it, and now we need to see a bounce back, and it's nice to see Gentlemates fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, it was a little peculiar towards the end of last map, where specifically Lovers Rock seemed a little less animated than what we are used to. So I do have questions in terms of BBL being able to continue that confidence into the second map. And this is ultimately the real test that we're seeing from them, because they have had such an easy way towards the upper bracket. They made everything look so easy.
I just kind of love the idea that we live in a universe where Mates still has not dropped a single map, that coming into this best of 5, BBL have proven that they had what it takes to get a clean win here, and it's not happening.
And whether or not they can continue this streak, Gentlemates is now going on to their own map pick, looking to even further get the lead in this best of 5, as we're heading on to our second one of today with our casters, Pansy and Hypok.
All right, we're on the case. Map 1 was an absolute belter, right? Like, come on, 13-11, super close, high tempo, high pressure, both showing the best qualities. Now, map 2, does this change in your mind?
I don't think it does. For me, the bigger obstacle would have been Gentlemates putting map 1 on the board already. Again, it being Haven, and again, showing that they're willing to go toe-to-toe and embrace this sort of gameplay and flourish. And so, again, it was back and forth. Yes, it was close, but there were so many examples we were seeing from Gentlemates really, really digging deep to throw BBL off their game. Now that's, from what we've seen so far at Kickoff, that is a tall order. So for me, big check in the box already, in terms of the Veto, in terms of a best of 5, in terms of the mental game.
Yeah, and I think that's a really key thing to remember. This is still a very different affair in general, right? Best of 5s are very, very different. We've seen teams historically who've gone to big events struggle in those moments, unable to convert when it comes down to best of 5s.
And this is that. So again, we talk about best of 5s. Yes, BBL might have experience, but we talk about best of 5s on this stage. And again, with the stakes being raised, obviously that's when the experience of players like Starzo, honestly, being in obviously much, much bigger tournaments, and again, going through the motions in terms of dealing with heartbreak, right?
Sure. Yeah,
the fall from grace. We've talked about CNED in this region for a long time in terms of...
Yeah.
We do have a little bit of a delay once we have an update for you. Wouldn't be a Pampok best of 5 without at least one.
Oh, yeah, to even have an
There's
OT.
the music. There's the music.
Where's the stage?
We're still due OT, I mean, we were denied OT. I would have loved to have seen OT in
Map
that,
1
but yeah,
OT.
that would have been...
Map 1 in, yeah, I mean, that would be kind of wild. But you're right, again, if you think about the journeys of, it's easy to kind of fall in love with the story of BBL, right? Going from, you know, Premier to Ascension to here, potentially going through to play at Santiago, you know, in a Masters tournament, you know, one of the highest levels of competition. But to deny that Gentlemates have a similar sort of story with some of their players, knowing what those highs are like, not being able to achieve them, and then having to go through that test, walk that same road, it's just as compelling. And hopefully it looks like things are starting to come together, so we will be getting to game shortly. Thank you for your patience at home, as we will be diving into map 2 here. Map 1 was 13-11. Gentlemates were able to make it across, but right into things. It's right off the rip. Martin, pick it up where he left off, and of course, it's Glyph by his side.
Talking about the mental games and looking to set the precedent early on here. Both teams crunching outside B. It's just Larocque left 40 HP, and 3 very healthy mates on the other side.
Yeah. What a start to things. LaRock, I mean, that HP is pretty much the end of it.
Yeah,
You've got shock darts, you got U-tilt.
Basically cost mates nothing on the way in.
Oh, Martin, what a resurgence to form from him, because we've seen him hot and cold, right, historically. And
Another fall from
look
grace.
at this. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the story here, is it's redemption for Gentle Mates. LaRock trying to at least put in some work here, but again, you look at what's remaining. The angles are very favorable, and it will be Gentle Mates with a pistol.
We'll strike first here in map 2. And whether or not BBL will continue with this sort of approach. Again, it's just a little late on the paranoia. Maybe a chance to find the 2, but again, it's so well considered by Gentle Mates on the other side. Yeah, Martin welcoming that sort of pistol round.
It's got him feeling the game right away, right? It's instantly back to sort of comfort in a weird way towards the top end of things, and great to see Glyph right beside him too.
Explosive map 1 for both of them. In terms of multi-kills, in terms of clutches. Krevin trying to put a very deep camera there. Doesn't actually commit, I don't think. Will opt for one into window here. Mates anticipating aggression once more, but won't spot anything, at least at the start of the round. BBL already making moves here, maybe to explore outside A. No, calling the cancel on that as well.
And I guess bigger picture, if we're looking at this while this round plays out. For me, we haven't seen what BBL look like when they have to kind of play from a deficit too. We've seen them only really suffer 1 map loss on Abyss against Pacific, and then they were able to convert after that. But beyond that point, they've always kind of been the underdog, the one with nothing to lose, the one that kind of maybe catches people off guard as well, maybe just, you know, caught somewhere not respecting them enough. This time around, Gentle Mates are very aware of them. They've had to see this team in several forms. They've, you know, dealt with them in various aspects. So it won't be the same sort of affair. So it'll be very interesting to see how that develops throughout this. So we do start seeing the round coming to a point here. Now the issue is they are going to the site that has the majority of players. Hot flash ready, swing comes in, but it's handled. Beepo's there, Martin's there, it's looking clean, and it is Loiter, last one alive, and he was over towards A.
We'll just give this one up. Fear. Fall to his death, and in zone flawless for Gentle Mates. We got the extra orb as well off the plant.
30 seconds left.
Good progress already for a couple of players. Martin just 1 point away. Starzo already halfway to the Hunter's Fury. Again, Martin's being one of the key tools if they can get it here in the bonus. See BBL converting one in the first half of Haven. A very commanding start from Gentle Mates.
Wins.
No real pressure just yet in the opening 2 rounds.
Krevin, this is
That
really
is
risky, man. The timing, where this feels really off here. They're about to get crunched on, and they look kind of caught in between decisions. Gentle Mates are at the door. They've already made pretty good progress towards site, and look how little space BB have to work with. Already chunked up, chipped down, but what a dart! Delivered, giving them a kill towards Martin, but Glyph answers back. Beebo's still on the site. He's controlling some space, but the spike isn't committed.
Able to disconnect a little bit. Loiter trying to catch Beepo on transition away, but Mates looking like they want to commit here.
Yeah, re-hitting on this feels a little bit bold. It feels a little bit maybe misread, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. BBL were set in perfect position for that. Feels like a bit of a mistake made. And surprised that BBL were able to get away with the positioning they had there on site. I thought they were dead to rights.
I mean, that cage felt like it lasted an eternity for Krevin. Eventually dealt with and again forced into a very uncomfortable position. Unfortunately, I think Mates thinking with the initial investment of util, they're still fancied their odds in terms of the commitment towards B. Glyph in the clutch once more, 1v3. Get the plant, an opportunity to reset, but not much else to work with, but finds a headshot onto Rose.
Untradeable.
Drifting, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. 7 bullets, though, isn't much. 2 bodies to find, and it is the big boys up against you. Glyph, though, going to time it well. Isolates another!
My word. LaRock's down at 65 HP as well. Almost finding a bonus conversion here. But BBL will find the response. What about Rose? Obviously, got a crack of the whip early on in Haven.
Oh, bloody brilliant there.
Yeah, I think with the investment here, in terms of the timing of when they get up to site and they actually invest some of this utility, it's maybe too big a gap to wait to explore elsewhere on the map. You're walking into question marks elsewhere.
Do we have, oh, a couple of ults here. This could be quite interesting if they decide they need to use them.
Well, Stars are just 2 points away.
Glyphs. Yeah, you're right. That could be a big triple threat potentially. High setup here for Loiter, going to be forced off by the Owl drone, and it's Pacey, right? Going to depend on these ults invested. Beepo going to do what he can. Good tag indeed. Loiter down on 30 here. Paranoia is still going to do what he can, but the cut he played from is perfect. Martin putting on a masterclass. So comfortable on the Yoru now.
He has a little pocket to play from here. Rose looking to walk this smoke, but it will expire here. He actually catches the planter.
Yeah, but just drifts a little too far ahead. Gonna see a couple more, but Lover's Rock can't swing in time. Gentlemate's playing really posted up in that post plant almost, right? Site control was theirs. That's 4 alive, and Larocque's options are 0.
Maybe just going to use this time to discuss, diagnose what's gone wrong here initially. Again, Martin, like I said, just runs rampant from that pocket created behind the divide. BBL just left scrambling on site.
It's great to see Gentlemates coming in with this sort of pace as well. We saw map 1 it being kind of iconic with BBL to a degree, right? We know how aggressive they can be. Gentlemates are doing exactly the same thing. Direct, heavy hits.
They've been playing, again, sort of their identity has been around this very structured, fundamental and clean Valorant. But here, obviously, it's a very different test, sorry, in terms of applying that sort of logic to a team like BBL. Unfortunately, BBL not seeing the same sort of resistance you'd like to see in some of these situations.
There it was. Completely caught off guard. Kreven seemed... I mean, he had a lot on his plate, to be fair. The site was under pressure, but that's kind of the beauty of this comp as well. That pressure point that can mount is very hard to isolate where you need to be looking at the right time. Not again.
Oh, no, that's a lot of hang time.
Pretenders paused. Pretenders paused.
That's tough. The synergy's way off.
It's way off.
It's way off.
We're going to have to check in on the halftime with that. For now, though, 1 rifle on Larocque. Obviously, he's the one who survived from that previous round. Everything else is going to be pretty much classics. That's it. So, for now, Mate should be able to be looking at maybe a 4th here, which would be such a brilliant buffer to start with.
Oh, B hits. Keep on coming. Stars are drifted up here. Martin's found Larocque elsewhere. Stars are gone. He's rewarded for the spray.
Shouldn't have too many issues from this point onwards. I really like, oh, again, these darts are great, but they just can't do much with them, right? The reveals have been fantastic. But Gentlemates just crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Again, just even catching Larocque there, able to find that, cool. But I like how they're using kind of Beepo and Martin, this kind of 1-2 approach, the layering really hard to deal with in zone flawless there. Gentlemates looking spot on.
Yeah. You need a 3K counter for Martin as well. Another one found in this anti-eco. Some ults starting to come online now for BBL, so certainly opportunity to find a way back into this half early on.
They're gonna show us. Posty 65!
Sure about the copywriting on that, but
yeah, Fnatic's lawyers will be having words, and potentially JK Rowling as well. Rough one to go for, but we have ults on both sides here. Glyph, gonna hear this and note there is now something afoot. Something doesn't feel right on this side of the map. Well, in the meantime, Mates are exploring towards A. First time we're really seeing them kind of have a glance to this side of the map.
It's Glyph, though, tucked in. Mates will pick up the pace slightly off on the placement here with Larocque. Up on the railing.
But do they expect Mini? I'm kind of curious if they... No, I don't think they did at all. Mini with a quick beheading towards Larocque. But Loiter's managed to slip through as well, so there's a bit of a weird trade out of space.
That's where Mini's off to.
Mini, where you off to, bro?
He's off elsewhere.
Guys, B's open.
You're done.
Beepo, in the meantime, has found safety in CT. This is getting a bit of a weird round. Loiter might be the checkmate, right? Does he pull the trigger? He does. Bebo still in a good position, has to now cause problems, and he is. Perfect work, and we know where the last man was, a mile away. Mini has made it to A.
Loversrock is checking for this as well. It's a consideration that he's lurked through top mid.
I mean, the lack of presence now becomes almost poignant, right? Not seeing him play through late on A, the fact that it was backfilled already, it kind of tees up this sort of consideration.
A little bit of time on the clock, though.
He could do something with this. Spike's a problem, but still. Does he get the chance? He's certainly carved out a path. Didn't think about Loiter. A nice try from Mini, but not good enough. Second round for BBL.
BBL bounced back with a little bit of proactivity here. Forced the issue onto Glyph. Find themselves a second. Loversrock will get an operator in hand now. Potential for this to be the turning point. Issue being Hunter's Fury is there. 4 stars though. To potentially open up one of these sites. He's flipping the script here, but BBL with the perfect read.
Yeah, again, aggression. And, Laurent with a bit of a misplay, it felt like, but the rest of BBL are there to maybe back him up. Was that the plan? The sacrificial lamb sent forward. Maybe to not that extent, but still can quickly fortify the other side of the map if they felt like they had to, but actually cancel on the TP.
Kreven's reading this mid lurk, though. 0-6 right now. This would be his first, but just gives up the angle. Leaves Loversrock on a platter.
Oh my God, Loversrock, there's no way you predict this? No idea. Mini slipped the net. Now there's problems, and Kreven, as you said, 0-6. He's not had a great start to this one. The rest are coming through, but can he do anything about it? Not really. The position also a bit uncomfy.
No damage done, though.
Martin getting really... Martin.
No way. Oh my God.
What are we
he was trying to fake the clone.
With Spike pushing?
Yes.
Man, what are we up to? Rose now should be, again, the flanks on flanks on flanks. This just feels mad already. Plant's going to come in. Mini with Molly still sitting up towards heaven. BBL looking to try and find their next stepping stone forward. He can slip away now. Glyph then left alone. No, supported. Molly comes in to buy time, actually. He's going to do well to stall. Martin's even going to find Rose. That's the flank gone. Now all eyes turning towards that CT side. Kreven, what? That's 2. You even caught off the observers in this one. And you've got info, but 21 HP here. Makes a mad cross, makes a mad dash. But can he find the defuse? It's not planted for Martin. He's got to make a play on this one. He's got to get closer. Half now achieved. Martin, bounds on him.
Another 3-piece for him as well. Add it to the tally. 5 on the board now for Mates. Again, starting to have fun in some of these rounds. And still just being, again, playing against BBL, being the ones to take the crown of being unorthodox.
Look, I'm happy because I'm hearing Martin's on fire, BBL is terrified. Look, we've been wanting this for so long. I'm down for it. Good to have the Gentlemates fans with something to cheer for, right? This roster is giving them reason to believe. 13-3 for Martin. Outstanding impact. And for BBL, it feels like, as you said, their unorthodox play isn't really catching off Gentlemates. They're like, oh, if you're going to go weird, we'll go weirder.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Martin, the sort of player that really shines in that sort of situation. We do see here, see a performance check-in with BBL. Only the 1 map lost. But already in this series, doubling that tally.
Again, that was only to Pacific on Abyss, funny enough.
It was here.
It was on this map. So, but beyond that, you can't argue their journey to this point as well for BBL. Even at this 2-5 sort of scoreline, getting past Vitality and Fnatic is obscene, right, for a brand new team. It caught all of our attention for the right reason. Gentlemates doing similar things on the other side. Maybe you couldn't put as much faith into it, scoreline-wise against opponents, but you could see it, right? The tangibles were there. Now, at this point, Gentlemates have absolutely lived up to a high reputation. They are showing that capability. This should be 6.
It's a big ultimate still to rely on. Talked about the Hunter's Fury previously. Martin again. 2-2 open up into round 8. Feeling like it might be another 3K for him. Stacking these ultimates now, only missing the divide for Gentlemates. Obviously on the other side, there's No investment. Kreven does have a Sheriff, but it's not going to be much left to say in this round.
Yeah, just Sheriff there with Kreven. Beyond that, just classic. So, again, for BBL, though, time to maybe consider how they want to do this too, right? Find solutions to these problems. A test of depth. Something we hadn't quite seen to this point, which sounds ridiculous considering the journey. But as it stands, we're seeing an impeccably high swing from Martin, from Glyph, from a lot of the players actually having a really impactful game. And a great tempo from Gentlemates as well. Caution, but not too cautious. Careful on approach. There's a pop flash, and there's a commitment. Not Mr. 3K, Mr. Multi-kill. He can't stop winning an in-zone flawless. Martin is having a game.
Now it starts to be a little concerning for BBL. Going to be up against it in these next few rounds. And they're trailing by 4 already. Plenty of tools in the Gentlemates arsenal now to invest.
This was all...
God, I was going to say, Lovers Rock and LaRock have their ultimates, but with the way these rounds have panned out, it's not really an opportunity to make a play on the back of them.
Well, let's see how it goes, because speaking of ults, Martin's got his. And it's always a little bit sketchy with this guy, because he is going to hunt you down. Does he go for it? He's going to take the space at minimum, right? He's secured them the sight off of that. They've got to know that Heaven was open. But look at this late layering. Look at this presence from Mini here, man. Door is shut, so there is that.
Beepo, yeah. Line it up.
Oh, it's such good synergy. You can't quite find him, though. He actually has to back away. You saw the potential. Going to invest the and then again go back for seconds. LaRock on the back lines, looking for the flank, looking for a body to drop here. Mini's going to find Rose. It's all falling to pieces. LaRock is going to be able to find Glyph. The plant's not in yet. It's in the hands of Starzo, who's sat back deep. Kreven going to catch Mini on the push-up. Still more to be done, and Martin's still alive. There is still problems. Lovers Rock and LaRock having to work in unison. Beepo going to be spotted. Lovers Rock doesn't fancy that.
I'm back.
Oh, we'll come through now, but...
Yeah, LaRock was backing away. Oh,
the
no.
timing. 17 HP now for Lovers Rock. Operator in hand and herded away.
Does he expect this from Martin? He's cleared it really well. At least the shoulder on the check, but Beepo's position was the checkmate on Lovers Rock. Not much to be done there. Lock trying to maybe gap close here, catch a little bit of attention, but he's got 2 players fight, gets one, fast as well. Beepo left in the 1v1 now. Oh, what an attempt. Beepo's done very well there, though.
And a crazy, crazy turn of events here. I don't think they even knew about Mini because of the paranoia coming through. I'm not sure exactly who's caught there, but the sound cue not relayed potentially. And then Mini appears again to find Rose. Again, I didn't see exactly where the paranoia was sent from Loiter, but I believe it may have caught on multiple people there at the top of the zip.
17
Yeah,
to
it's
4.
just
17
I had to double glance there. I was like, wait, actually,
it's unreal. The highs and lows of this man, we've been waiting to see him kind of have that upswing, right? We've all seen that
to get
it's
back
coin
to this
flippy.
form.
Yeah, because we saw it in moments. We saw glimpses of it, these kind of flash in the pans, but this seems consistent. And maybe under the in-game leadership of Starzo, it's been able to activate him, give him that freedom or that play-in that's worked incredibly well. And he's hunting again here.
Portal closed. Time to jump.
A slower approach here from Mates. And still want to remain diligent here in this anti-eco. LaRock actually does have a Guardian, so still a chance to make something happen. Sheriffs elsewhere other than Rose. Again, BBL. You're not seeing the same sort of approach in these sort of rounds where they'd be happy to roll the dice.
Yep.
Try and make something happen. I think now you can probably agree with the sentiment that BBL are feeling a little rattled.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, let's see if they can bring this back together. I mean, 5 to 7 could be manageable. But the way Martin's playing, I just don't see it happening. This guy is just so confident and for the right reasons. Oh, he's just unstoppable. running through them, creating space, but with 10 seconds, there could be issues. They've left it maybe a little too late this time. Maybe this one was a little too far. As Mini and Beepo's options are now 0. They can't get back the spike, they can't get back the round. It's 3 for BBL. And Gentlemates maybe getting ahead of themselves.
Yeah, slight overcook here. Sit outside this smoke for way too long on this choke point. And even that's initially with Martin finding 2 on the way in, but just look at the timer here. By the time that Martin's got towards default. So BBL will be given a third. Is that a chance back into this half, though? Lover's Rock up in hand once more. No ultimates for mates. Only LaRock's on BBL's side. Again, no commitment to the spike here. Mates looking to potentially sniff out this sort of proactivity. I guess the flip side of the statement I just made is actually credit to BBL to actually sit a little deeper on this. It's forcing errors from this default on the side of Gentlemates. Even previously there, Creven's solo anchoring, yes, but he confirms the fake.
Oh, LaRock. I'm amazed he survived that. And they're really trying to hunt him down, and Mini's got the reward, taking him away. Loiter now noted, has the back-to-back side, but it's Lover's Rock. He's dived forward. Stars on the other side, could be dead here. He is! That's the spike in front of Smoke as well. These last 2 are now way too far away.
Similar sort of thing. Identifying the issue with this default already here. BBL just able to pick them apart one by one. Lover's Rock on third here. Glyph will fall. Beepo now in a 1v4. Time left in this one, but...
Needs a freebie almost, right?
Well, 2.
Yeah, you kind of want to... Oh, dear. Well, there's
the
one.
freebie.
Now you need the second. If Mike wants to pay attention, you got to give him one more, I think.
Wrong way.
Yeah. I think this one's done for, but I think you're right, because we haven't... to be fair, I haven't looked at BBL under the lens of their problem solving, because normally they're so tempo-based, aggression-based, it doesn't even get that far, right?
10 seconds
but
left.
here, they've found a bit of a way to work the timing against Gentlemates. Now, this feels like a second round where it's fallen to a similar, I don't say issue, but outcome. So 3 remaining this time, and BBL starting to make that scoreline look a little bit more convincing that we might have a map here. Gentlemates were vastly in control. Now a little bit of a turn of events. It is only 4, but up to 5, it could be something.
See if BBL now, actually the catch on Mini. Again, thinking the chaos there, Starzo maybe not catching the reposition or the drop. Say important to note as well, I think Beepo identifying where one of the trips was, maybe Mate's going to try and punish that. Reading into the fact maybe Creven is hard anchoring towards this side of the map.
He's got Lover's Rock here this time around, though. Very curious setup, maybe expecting a bit of a burst on this. Oh my god, he stuck around. Martin thinking he could walk on water, not to be the case. We're brought back down to reality as people are going to try and work in, but the layering's going to be different. The scaling harder with the loss of Martin.
Gentlemates don't even make it past the choke point. And the drone coming through, and immediately 2 bodies on the orb, chomping at the bit.
They've seen a lot of players, I guess.
Yeah, forced to adjust elsewhere. Loiter on a very deep angle here, though.
Still got his paranoia.
Yep.
Might have to burn that one. Yep. Oh, man.
Oi.
Loiter! Loiter! This guy is playing fine margins. I guess he's buying as many seconds as he possibly can, but he's playing a dangerous game. All going to come down, 47 seconds left, plenty of time. Let's see if they can get that plant sorted. They read into this divide, they might do. They're standing guard, though. Oh, they've actually baited them in a bit, but Rose with some belting shots. And BBL this time taking the fight to them. 5-7. BBL back with signs of life. There was a drought for a while, though, Mike.
Finding an insane way back into this half to make it just within 2, Lauren. Maybe a lifeline here for BBL in the first half.
Certainly could be. We're going to have to wait and find out if it comes true. A sudden sign of life at the very end. 3 rounds back-to-back to bring the scoreline up to 5-7. But we are far from over here.
Success always comes with even bigger support, and let's see who I got with me at the arena. Celine, Lovers Rock girlfriend, is with me. Berlin Oshgeldin. Celine, it's a pleasure to have you here, of course. And we know that it has been a long way for Lovers Rock to get here. So do you want to tell us a little bit about this journey from riding ranked to being in VCT EMEA?
Yeah, well, I've been there from the start, basically, for him, and he's always been referred to as a ranked player, but now he's here, and I'm still here to support him through the way. And yeah, we can see his performance, and yeah.
He got better with the years, but you were there throughout the process, so I think that's pretty impressive. And on a bit more general level aspect, you've been a GC player, so you know how the game works and stuff. So what makes BBL a great team, a resilient team, a strong team, according to you? I want to know your answer.
Yeah, I think it's basically because of their team play, and they are basically like a family.
Like brothers on the server?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the key to success, right? Playing with your brothers.
Yeah, basically. That's literally it, I think. And yeah, they stuck together, and that's why.
And they stay together, indeed. A really good recipe for success. Thank you very much, Celine. Teşekkürler. And let's see if the BBL boys have what it takes to take the win on Abyss. Back to you, Pensy and Hypog.
Well, look, they've given us pause for thought here, because I kind of thought this one was going to be okay. Map 2, Gentlemate's looking good. Martin is sitting on 19-7. Yeah, like, we're good, right? That's map 2. But then the last couple of rounds, something clicked for BBL.
Again, I don't necessarily want to say Gentlemate's misreading ever so slightly, but taking their foot off the gas, leaving a huge, huge weakness in terms of the clock itself. And I think, BBL striking twice there to probably take the momentum away from Gentlemates. Again, we're looking at two very different outcomes here. Potentially a 9-3 on the cards. Yeah. So for BBL now, in terms of their pistol success, a chance to maybe equalize.
Yeah, Martin's going to see this util being thrown down. Does have a Sheriff too, so could do some serious work with this. And he's been great in pistols. Already keeping his eye on this one. Cage up. Gonna note presence, goes for a spam, but Kreven's through, and he's fast. Working off the paranoia that came in. That was from Loiter. He's gonna get himself heaven control. Takes a lot of damage on the way though, down to about 37. Sights in their hands. But again, Gentlemates, we saw it in those statistics earlier. Great on the retakes.
Actually, no commitment to the plant there. Glyph finds Larocque. Now it gets a bit weird.
I'm interested with cancelling on this one, because they have no information on B. They didn't even, I guess they explored deep enough to maybe
now for Gentlemates, protect the head count. Wait for BBL to overstep even further. Kreven's tagged down to 37 HP. It's a huge advantage now in a pistol round.
Yeah, they're rolling the dice on beating Beepo, basically. That's it. And there could have been another, right? And Lovers Rock not going to get much in middle just yet. Beepo slipping
30
away,
seconds left.
looking to try and re-clear middle. Probably joined by Starzo in a second. Lovers Rock has his hands full here. 3 players. There's no way he's going to come out on top of that one. He's not. So, but the plant's gone down. So I don't think a great trade though.
No, basically 2.5 left standing here for BBL. Plenty of bodies on the side of mates. They can just look to overwhelm.
Yeah, Rose wanting that smoke maybe to try and get some odds in his favor, but he's going to be checked on and cleared. Beepo on for a big round here. Loiter goes down swinging. But Gentlemates, their pistol rounds have been fantastic.
And maybe trying to force Gentlemates into a scrambled rotation or something, but again, it's just not sticking. So it'll be 8 on the board here. The catch on Larocque, and again at this point, Lovers Rock, he's committed. What does he do? Start flanking one of the sites. He has to tuck in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, then there's no contingency to get him out of that situation. So what the expectation is, he goes 1v2, 1v3 in top mid. Like, it would be a huge bailout if he can, but that whole time there's not enough happening towards one of the sites to really set that in motion.
Yeah.
He's not going to catch anybody in the cut. It's just a little strange to see. Like I said, still alluding to maybe BBL being a little rattled. Beepo finally getting out.
And Beepo reading, okay, I was a bit worried he was going to try and stick on that one, but no, he does manage to get away. And Gentlemates just absolutely battering them. Quick and easy in zone, flawless. Mate's going to get through that second round with barely a point of damage.
Flying colours. Huge opportunity here for the bonus. See. Martina 21 and 8. It's Beepo going to be the closest to an early ultimate here, but unlikely to see it in the bonus.
Revealing area.
Flip side, not much in terms of progress at all on the side of BBL. Even here, gaps in the purchase. Lovers Rock bringing a Guardian in here. Maybe conscious of just getting full shield on. Larocque, the only light shield here, but no scope for mates. I'm happy to tuck in here. Or maybe, actually, Martin looking as if they want to get a little active outside A. Late drone into mid. So he should have a fairly decent read here.
Wait and see if they actually rotate anyone or they feel happy enough as they are. It's the first sign of committed utility, but not going to spot anyone. So again, going in a little blind here. Beepo's still happily committed towards site. Now gets a bit isolated, sure, but BBL would have to be on a swivel to clear this comfortably. Let's see how Beepo does in this. He's got 5 players here. They're full contact up. He comes out swinging, but the utility just a bit too delayed. Almost unfortunate, but the fact they were fully just shift walking up contact, they couldn't do much about it.
Now Krevin can run away with the space. The spike doesn't get planted here.
Where are we going? What are we doing?
We're rotating. Starzo's in bottom mid.
On
He's
18
gonna hear
seconds.
this.
Oh my god.
Oh no, he's only got stick alert.
This is...
Oh my god, it's overcooked. It's charred. No. 7 seconds left.
Oh, we've had an absolute nightmare. An absolute nightmare of a round.
I say it again, rattled. This is not how BBL have been playing.
And even I'm turning to look at the stage because you know the Starzo's giving it across there.
They're contacting out. You just don't see BBL playing like this. They're shift walking up to site. They leave themselves no margin for error here. Again, Krevin finds space, sure, but...
See you guys! You didn't plant! Hello! Hello!
You're never making that run at 22 seconds. There's just too many variables.
Too many unknowns, mistakes. And that is why we're seeing a timeout.
Even if Starzo doesn't get that kill, I don't think he plants.
I don't know if he would have, actually.
It's less than 10 seconds and he's making it past bottom mid.
Michael's up and pacing. He's not doing well.
I've walked away.
He's not looking at
vertical streams like, well, solo cast.
No, man, that's just not the BBL we've seen.
Like I said, there's as 3 shift walking, contacting onto site. Again,
they won site.
Yeah.
Which already fine. I mean, it was a bit roll of the dice, cool, shifting up, playing contact, fine. They could have planted. Got a bit nervy, felt a bit weird, wanting to work off of blind information halfway across the map.
Seeing the way that Rose has called in some of these very, very high-pressure scenarios, it's so scary to see that level of, I keep coming back to the same word, rattle. They just look completely out of sorts. We talked about potentially seeing a different BBL playing from behind, not being in control and
higher stakes.
Higher stakes, and I think we're starting to see potentially some of those issues rearing its head.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Now, I guess the question becomes then, is there a leader amongst that BBL side to bring them back on page? Remind them who they've been so far to take down the giants that they have to have made it even to this stage.
Somebody's got to step up here. Ultimately, take back control of this second map. Because again, it's a different ballpark than to say you're 2-0 down in a best of 5.
Yes. And look, this is the difference. This is when the pressure becomes the highest, right? Mates have players who've been there, who've been to champions. Hell, who've won champions, and you can see the difference already. The composure is staying. For BBL, information noted, they're going direct. They should read this layering. It's similar to before. Different player on the side, though. This time, Glyph going to hop up and down. Does make a meal of that shot. So Lovers Rock rewarded. Now, Plant should be up next.
Martin's behind the smoke.
Oh, Martin's been caught. Hold on. Plant's still not in yet. Plant's still not down. Just about going down now, but it's only Mini in a 1v4. When they go back to the basics, when they play simple, when they play together, they play as the 5 that we know they can be. There's still danger there. Mini gonna make, make him work for it, I guess, but you got anything else for us? This would be the fumble of the century if they drop this one. Oh my God. This might be the fumble of the century if they drop this one, because there's no way, right? Loiter's close, Creven's got the info. They do not make a mess of this. 6 rounds to their name. Now a bit dicey there, Mike. But they stick the landing.
Again, the switch up. Sticking to this sort of game plan. Again, it's another different sort of round from BBL in terms of their contact approach to the site. Beautiful shot from Loiter on the back of the ping. It'll be mates now to probably let that one breathe a little bit. After a bonus conversion, BBL will find the 4th round of this second half, but on the side of mates. I've got to say, I'm just very concerned to see BBL kind of straying away from some of the things that have just looked magical for this roster.
Oh, they're key win conditions, things that put them on our radar, that made us pay attention to this squad. We've seen underdogs before, but we'd never see them come out like this. But again, the scenario changes, the stakes get bigger, the losses feel heavier, the mistakes become more and more poignant, right? It is a different beast, and people don't see it, right? You don't realize it until you see it in these games. Roll back to the early games from BBL. They looked like no one could stop them. They were running through teams they had no right to do it to. They face the Gentlemates, who've done a great run so far, and they look like a different team. If they can get back together, they can get things rolling, it's game back on. For now, Gentlemates have shown experience matters. Big performers from some of the big players. Now Bepo taking a walk in middle with Martin. That's Creven probably dead here. 3, 2, 1. He is absolutely put to bed, asleep, just unaware.
Tucked in. Now a
kiss on the forehead there at that point, man. Like, what's going on here? Lovers Rock gonna have to go nuclear, or one of them's got to step up to the test. It is messy though. The Rock thriving in the chaos. A little reminder of who they once were. Doubling down, gets the information, looks towards heaven. Glyph's there. Still, don't think Bepo and Starzo and Glyph are gonna go down without a fight.
Much pacier here from BBL, but now backs against the wall. So Rose delivers, though Starzo will fall.
Okay, but Bepo's still breathing. Can he make something happen? Oh, the timing here is big from Rose. I like what he tried, did a bit of damage. Kind of, fighting on the way down, I guess, but the 3 players remaining, I think they're safe.
Give this up.
Okay, that's 7.
BBL able to get back on track in terms of their approach to round 17. We'll find a conversion. Get Rose's Hunter's Fury out of the equation. On the other side, Bepo, the only one available here for mates. Potential to bring it within touching distance here. The purchase not going to be in reach for mates on the other side of that. Again, we're talking about who's going to step up here. A couple members of BBL now digging into the back lines. Not allowing mates to sit back and concede this space for free, essentially.
Standing ahead.
No commitment on the spike just yet. So Martin tasked with handling mid. Lovers Rock on a scope, trying to make moves towards him. Creven trying to keep his attention here. A lot of time burnt up already, though.
They don't continue. I thought he might have tried to work a little further. Maybe trying to be a little bit more evasive with these kind of repetitive B hits. Maybe trying to set a little different start to the round.
Take flight.
Not really creating many question marks, though. Starzo the one to fall.
Yeah, they're actually
I know exactly
making something of this, but there's 3 players on this side, but Glyph on his own. kind of playing ahead of the smoke there.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised that he went down on this, but 38 seconds. I'm keeping my eye on the time.
And the spike.
Not
Whoever
again.
elsewhere going to find Mini. Well, this time around, got the TP to be able to capitalize on that. Still 5 standing here for BBL in the post. Beepo and Martin unlikely to see an attempt made here. We'll just hold on to what they've got.
Yeah, I think this is kind of time for mates to also get their ducks in order, because as much as we've been critical of BBL, because it's apparent, right? It's clear that they looked very different initially to how they were before. For me, though, I do want to see if mates can also reignite something. Keep in mind, the first half was, I don't want to say gifted, it wasn't. It was hard fought for, but Martin was having a worldy game, right? So it takes away some of maybe the issues as well. It kind of removes some of that extra layering. If BBL's course corrected, mates need to as well now. They've been held on this 10th for a second here. This will be 8 for BBL. That scoreline is closing in.
Certainly is. Obviously, the funds don't get much better after that. If it was to come to a position here, then obviously them relying on BBL again being the ones to make some sort of adjustment. Went into this, Beepo still with an ultimate, a couple more now on the horizon for mates. Still the Hunter's Fury for Rose.
Yeah, let's see if that gets brought into effect here. This, a different start. Hold on, this could be the same brawl we saw at the beginning. Yeah, it actually is. Larocque going to take down Beepo. This is now getting sketchy. It's the remix. Hopefully that gets fixed here. As already, man to the good. This is a very big start. And a scalp to claim, and I can see that they're trying to kind of work on their expectations here, but it feels like they're not sure where they want to rotate in this. A re-clear from Starzo with this Owl drone. Having a little look through, sees nothing on A.
Deploying drone.
And that could be a nice feint. They could start toying with these expectations, right? They've set this sort of idea there's going to be these B hits, which is going to cause these rotations, but does Martin get caught, or does he punish? Oh, Martin again! Stands guard, but can only do so much. Falls, but there's still Starzo up towards heaven. He had waited this whole time.
Still a decent util here to make something happen. Gonna try and get something off the reveal, but he spammed through. Lover's not gonna find it.
How did he get that? I mean, I guess luck will strike sometimes, but I like what they're doing here, BBL. They're starting to kind of play around with those B hits and then adjusting towards the A. Very late here. Glyph now. Irrelevant to outcome. Time to save. Mike, BBL, I think they've stabilized.
Yeah, clawed their way back into this. In total control these last few rounds. Bit concerning initially to resort to this sort of play style, but now I think mates, the one's on the back foot. Obviously the finances, total disarray now. Yes, Ultimate's coming online, but chance now for BBL to tie things up. So a freebie given here by LaRocque, but again, look at the cushion now behind some of these names. I mean, Krevin and LaRocque basically up at 5K.
Yeah. How many titles do mates have left? I feel they have one left still,
I think
maybe?
they've got one left, yeah. And Starzo just looking for it's a freebie, potentially outside this smoke, but a little overzealous. It's 4. 4 without a response found.
But look at the ults though, man. Like,
there's still an advantage here, but again, not necessarily want to see over-investment, especially with the way BBL are playing. The last few rounds at least, LaRocque able to actually get all the way into this smoke.
Yeah, but I don't think this fake's really paying off. What is that? You had no right to grab that kill. Beepo goes down, and they're trying to close down on the kill, but I think Lover's Rock is out of there. He is. And then a mid-slip. BBL, where has this just come from,
now
man?
working the map so much better. Unfortunately, mates, they're scrambling for a response. Lover's Rock tagged up down to 14 HP. Martin desperate to try and find the kill, and he will.
Good find there from him.
There's many notes. Yeah, the ping's come through. Lloyd's just seen him.
And there's the trade. Okay, Krevin does go down. But still, the
take
plant's
that.
in. Yeah. You've
All
got
day
site
long.
control, and then you look at the post-plant utility. LaRock with ult, Rose with his ult. You've still got a lot to play with. Shock darts on top for the others. Martin's got his, so...
Yeah, but in a 2v3.
yeah, it's just not there. Glyph's been good, but maybe going to be hard to pry these players out of position, but they've got to make a go of it to an extent.
The two clutch players, 4 mates now. What can they piece together here in round 20?
How do you and you know what ults they have, man. That's the tough part. You know what utility they have. There's the first, right? He's drawn it out. Oh, nice hinder as well on top. And they're just not being able to dig them out of these positions. There's the next ult, right? There's layers to this, and Martin would love someone to take a fair fight, but they're just not doing it. BBL's utility is on point. Glyph gonna try and make a stand, but the round is BBL's, and we are back at 10 apiece, all even now.
BBL,
Whole new slate, Mike.
leaving nothing to chance, throwing everything into this round to tie things up. And no investment on the side of Gentlemates here. Talking about the ultimates that were starting to come online, now just missing 1 point for the divide.
Side, guess.
It will be mates to call their second timeout now. Lots to consider.
Don't write it off yet, though. Map 1, 11-13, and it felt like OT was coming, all of this. Don't believe it just yet. And even though the finances aren't here for Gentlemates in this round, I mean, they nearly have the full hand of ults for the one following. If they can keep that
Like I said, just missing
safe, right?
one point for the divide.
Oh my God.
But again, it's not the sort of rounds where mates throw an ultimate or 2 in and it swings in their favor. BBL have just had basically free run of the entire map.
Yeah. Gentlemates.
Last few rounds as well, not getting everybody up to a full buy. I've noticed again, rifles coming out, but there's gaps in utility and not everybody on a full shield, as we see here with the Gentlemates performance. 0 maps
Clean.
lost so far.
And again, you'd kind of look at them making it past, you know, Giant X and Na'Vi with the big ticks in the box if you're looking at their journey, right? And I think maybe us putting a little bit more faith in BBL because of who they beat to get here, but the way mates got here has been impressive, right? It's been quite clean, it's been very strong, it's been decisive, and exactly that, dominant. First time we're seeing a close affair, and it really shows these two are the pinnacle right now in an unexpected way of the EMEA region. So we focus in on this. A weird buy. Mike, I mean, what do we see them do?
Yeah, it's almost feeling like they have to over-deliver in this situation. And Loiter forced off very early on. I think the byproduct of that being, I think Beepo might feel the pinch here. Bucky sent in, ton of damage done. Cliff found a kill and the spike. The rock's down to 10.
They've absolutely read what this play was. They've what a shot! But Gentlemates are back in it. They've read this approach well. They've got it into their heads perfectly. Positioned to catch and punish. And the spike is a problem. Loiter doesn't have ult to get that back. Kreven, far away, trying to work middle. But there's a setup for this. Oh, they've got him dead to rights. Mates, unorthodox, but brilliant here. Showing some keen ability to read into what BBL have been doing and get that right punish.
So a bit of time to sit inside this. The drone will go out. Still tools at the disposal of mates, but so many bodies. Loiter's found the first clean as well.
And they don't have a lot of armor here, right? It's weaponry, sure. This is still manageable. Ooh, the timing. He didn't take any damage, though. And he's getting confident. He's just trying to get fast and loose with this one, pretty much. Oh, my God. Loiter. There's one above. Does he read it? Whoa! Oh, my God! That is unbelievable from Loiter! Red Bull clutch, you thought they had that every day of the week!
You've got to be kidding me. He's had a few impressive individual kills, but what the hell was that?
Nah, man, watching this. Back one by one they peak, and one by one they fall. Oh my God.
Absolutely sensational from Loiter. I was talking about who was the one to step up. We're seeing a couple of different players from BBL now having their say. Now asking for a response in the buy round here from mates after they, I gotta say, a fumble. The lesser purchase teed up for success in the previous. Seeing what Lovers Rock can get done with this op. Probing towards mid now as Rose going to drone out this closer space on A. Still a bit of a question mark. Anybody necessarily here to get a feeler?
They're trying to go. Laurent can get out of here, but yeah, he completely nullifies it.
Look at B though. Again, Dynamo's about to give up the site here. Martin.
He's got Rose. And they got Kreven down as well. Hold on. This is recovery for Laurent. He needs to get out of there with the spike.
Don't even spam into the smoke, just leave. You see, they gave up B site here, and the backfill is instantaneous from BBL.
30 seconds left.
This is still a 3v5, man. They've got ults, they've got everything they need, a purchase in play.
Well, Loiter's alive. He's got a paranoia.
Is that enough? Again.
I mean, Lovers Rock's going to be on a really deep angle with this operator as well.
I like that they're exploring. Now, obviously, Gentlemates should know this, right? That has to be in the forefront of their minds. We have not had eyes on B. They could be anywhere. But I like they're trying to play the odds here, BBL. Yeah, and look at the caution and hesitation. The careful nature in which they're trying to approach. There's that ult coming in from Martin. That will clear back some of these... Nah,
Was he spotted?
I don't know if he got spotted. We need to see it from his POV. Loiter.
He was not spotted.
He was not spotted, but he does get found regardless. Starzo, great work. Laurent gets put to bed. Lovers Rock, the last one. Can't land the shot. Gentlemates, get on the same page finally.
Finding number 11.
Oh, they're up.
All 5 standing and in-zone flawless here for Gentlemates. And an opportunity here for BBL to run away with this sort of round. They have the divide, they have the Hunter's Fury now, an operator in the hands of Glyph. BBL sent back to the Stone Ages in terms of this purchase. They actually opt out to try and get a rifle or 2 on the board. Lovers Rock does have his ultimate. It's just the 2 rifles to make a go of things here in round 23. Another map right down to the wire between these 2 teams.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Lovers Rock going fact-finding.
Cutting through.
Not what he needs out of it. They've got sight, but it's these retakes.
Yeah.
They've been sharp.
So what did BBL do here in the post? Saw some very active post plants from them versus Vitality, but mid out of the question right now.
This is interesting. Kreven's position's quite nice here, but got to be careful how he's playing off this trip.
On my wire.
He now knows they're close. And he gets cleared. Mini
What?
bounding in, apparently makes it work. Well, wait, that's a classic, bro. Calm down. Starzo quickly puts him out of the situation. As now the gap closed. A bit of a trade out of space, right? People goes down on the rock. He was hindered, but there's a bounding Martini. You know he wins those. Lovers Rock now. 1v2. Starzo's there. And it's going to be 12. Or is it?
Yeah, he's got it. Definitely got that one.
Yeah. 12 for Gentlemates. Will we be seeing 13 to 11 again?
It's just the exchange back and forth here in the last few rounds. Been absolutely insane. Mini, crucial kill Starzo from the top rope. A beautiful response from mates to get in behind BBL. Almost reading into the fact that maybe somebody's going drifting further forwards once more for BBL. It's the perfect response. Martin now up to 30. Insane performance from him. Will it be enough here to win in regulation? Rifles back on both sides here. Full purchase, actually. Not noticing any gaps here initially. Mini just 1 away from the ult. Only thing available for BBL is the neural theft, but Larocque just missing 1 point.
Beepo playing a little bit deeper this time. Needs to be careful to not get caught. Has Glyph by his side. Martin's coming over. 3 players ready on B. Later! Get out of here. Starzo had an operator bear in mind, but people still holding onto the site. Could have been outnumbered, but he can't
He's hindered.
actually land it. Does he get to keep his life? I think he does. Martin's expecting this flank, but now so does Crew. Kreven's got to know it. He's on the other side here. 3 players ready to swing him. Site gets lost in exchange, however.
Great decision making here to rescind away, deal with the threat. Now puts him in a 4v4 situation. Limited tools. LaRock want to potentially sway this back in BBL's favor.
Let's see
That's
how
a lot
it goes.
of bodies.
That is a lot of bodies, and I think they might have just realized this, but they're already pretty close here. Can't quite back away. Glyph gonna fight forward. Rose is gonna catch. Swing though comes in from Lovers Rock and he goes down. Martin now with boots on the ground, trying to close towards the site. 3v3 post plant. The Rock, you can see it, the panic, the pressure, and a 1-for-1 trade. Oh, then comes in.
He's going forwards.
Loiter, he's gonna check. Rose, he's gonna find Mini, and it's all down to Beepo here. OT surely beckoning. Beepo, he can't get down enough. 12-12, it's going the distance.
Somehow, some way, we make it out of regulation. A drought of rounds, then a response found. Just so little separating these teams.
You guys, keep talking! Keep talking!
Now a little bit of energy in response from the BBL side of the stage. And a full reset here. Roles reversed. Mates back on the attack here for the first round of overtime.
Safety's off.
32 and 15 for Martin.
Hey, Loiter's catching up 20
Yeah.
as well. He's really come alive, but we go back in. BBL on the defending side, obviously Gentlemates on the attack. And Lovers Rock fancying his chances. And he's got bodies coming his way. This is where it gets dangerous. How long does he stay?
Portal closed.
Lovers Rock.
Overstays his welcome, potentially.
He actually has. This could be death. And I think he's luckily just about stepped away in time. Beepo can't gap close fast enough. Bloody hell, he played that close.
Yeah. Right down to the wire, but mates will find their way onto site. Double flank coming through outside A right now. It's LaRock and Loiter making moves elsewhere, so hope for a clean plant here for mates.
Spike planted.
Finally dealing with the trip on site here. Still a weird one up on top of the box, but that becomes a factor.
There's two players on flank. Let's see what... Oh my god, they clear Glyph so fast. I thought they could have been a back and forth on that by some time, but now you can see the Gentlemates get a bit nervous, so we want to fight forward, and they do. Martin's connection towards Kreven's fantastic, paranoia from afar, but no one can really profit off that yet. Rose up above, the firing squad down below. Mini's going to get you two. Beepo's got you one, and now just Lovers Rock left around for merely a second. Mates make it up to 13, but it did take OT, but they're up there now.
Map point found for mates here. A chance to seal the deal, close the account on a second map. You see that as soon as the penny drops out, I don't even think actually there's a confirmation on the second player flanking, so mates still traverse the unknown, but absolutely the right decision.
Time to jump.
Martin going forward very quickly here.
I mean, they've seen this sort of stuff before, right? And he's set up for this.
Oh, yes, he commits to the Kreven.
Deary me, Martin. Yeah, okay. Decided that was as far as he was willing to go, which is probably the right call.
Certainly an opportunity there. Once the cam gets removed. Look how quickly they're up here, though. Paranoia posted. Kreven chomping at the bit.
Yeah, he wants this space, but there's two players on this one. Way ahead of the flash, though. Martin somehow walks the smoke and wins. I don't know how that works, but it does in his hands. And now a late look back towards B.
Well,
Well,
Glyph put in a corner once more. Does have Beepo, but a little bit disconnected. His eyes are trained on mid. I think Glyph looking to get a little bit fruity inside these smokes potentially.
yeah, trying to play to it, man. He's not backing away, and you can see why. Goes down swinging so far, can only take one. Loiter does well. Keeps us within check. 3v3, Plant coming in, time on their side. But the retakes have been great from Gentlemates. A really strong aspect in their game plan. But can they pry these players out of position? LaRock, not the first time he's been there, gets found fast. And now there's problems galore. Rose trying to set something up here. Little dart up above. Loiter waiting to be the one here, but Starzo vulnerable. Starzo, where was the call? Where was the help on that? He was left alone, left to rot. And now down to the 2v2. Mini wants in on the site. Both of them stuck here. I don't know if they've heard
They're splitting it. They're splitting angles.
But the timing, it wasn't quite right. They can't really gap close at the same time. Martin, too far away. The spacing on that, Mike, was a mistake. They could have really just cornered him in there.
I think splitting here, ultimately their demise, and can Martin's signature move here, round the corner with the shorty. Rose able to split the distance. Again, the scan, the reveal doesn't tag Starzo, but can they know where the drone's coming from? Big clutch from Rose. Isolating both of these remaining players for mates. There'll be a timeout called here for BBL. A chance to catch their breath.
God, yeah. I think I need some of that. This has been probably the more explosive games we've seen. Probably one of the longer series we've seen as well. Martin currently at 35-16, just to clarify, just to keep track if you're playing along at home. Loiter, 22-16. Beyond that, a pretty well-rounded affair from both sides, but this is where it gets into the kind of weird and wacky. If we didn't have that already, Mike, I mean, this is where it gets, you know, so far kind of down the rabbit hole. I think we're all a little mad down here. So we just have to wait and see what they bring out at this point. There is so many options, so many opportunities. We saw that BBL were a little bit more favorable to certain looks, certain approaches, but this time around, obviously, have to wait to see how they handle this. As Gentlemates have been deadly. I mean, I think genuinely it was down to just that decision-making to split and just be a little off timing on that crunch on site.
Yeah, maybe still just a little hesitant, chaotic comms, obviously, as the clock starts ticking away. Now, mates, back on the attack. Actually looking to probe outside. I don't think Loiter's going to catch much in terms of info there. Maybe just a glimpse. As Gentlemates very quickly outside a B site that's only anchored right now by Kreven.
Yeah, they're only starting to re-clear A now as well. I mean, luckily, I guess they can have those quick mid-rotations, but Kreven's kind of screwed here. He can buy a bit of time, but is there anyone who can help him?
The timing's going to be awkward on these cages.
I don't know how long he gets to live. How is he still alive?
How?
And the attention gets split. Wait! Gentlemates just completely lost track of where they were. Spike now left and Mini put into a position to have to try and fight this forward. Gets taken down to 70, but at least I guess they've still got a step on the site.
Now the plant becomes awkward. BBL can back away a little bit here. Smokes will go up. No commitment to the spike plant just yet. Apparently it's perfect.
Really nice timing. LaRocca trying to do his best Martin impression, but it's Lovers Rock getting a 4, 14-13. BBL finally in the lead.
Now a chance to rip this one away from Gentlemates. Find a map point of their own. And Kreven. They just don't make enough progress towards side to be able to clear inside the cage, to be able to catch the left side of the cage, but again, nobody holding on the other side of Pillar to catch that reposition outside the cage. It's a big gamble for Kreven.
Yeah.
He's hindered, obviously, able to sit inside the cage for long enough, but like I said, without a second body on site for Gentlemates, it's just too much to clear.
I mean, and obviously if you're Gentlemates here, you're like, guys, just stack B. Surely they come to B, right? Right? I mean, is this a double fake we're seeing? I'm waiting to see where the spike commits, right? Because they kind of showed early
I don't call
presence on
anything
A.
a fake from BBL until, like, Spike's halfway past being planted.
True. And it does feel like a double pump, right? Rose doing this, going to spot at least Martin, force him away, so that limits information. You can already see that Starzo was kind of leaning this side, so they did bite on it. This was a really good fake here. Mini can buy a bit of time, but they're already on site, so plants can be coming in. Double faked worked really well. Again, it's playing with those expectations from regulations. How did you see that one? I don't know if he even caught him through the smoke, or it's just a bit of luck on their side.
It's the last thing they need. Now 4v5 for mates. Map 2 hanging in the balance here. Kreven still stays tucked in, Lauren.
He's playing a blinder here, Kreven. He was left to his own devices before. This time he gets cleared fast as well. Now Beepo, Starzo, Martin looking for more bodies. Martin once again. Be there. That's 3. Maybe he is the one to get them back in this. BBL only need just another step. Martin out of all players. Rose on the other side. Surely he's got him dead here. Surely he's got